where would you even start if you were putting yourself in the shoes of like an organization that had trainers, but you've been doing it internally, you've been doing it on premise, but now you have to go remote and you've never done this before? Like, what steps would you take? What advice would you give? Like, how do they even get started?
So finding the right platform is a first step.
Yep.
Because you need to make sure that it's compatible with what your firewalls and, you know, in-company IT people will allow. So Zoom's been really popular. I feel really sorry for Zoom because they've had some bad press recently that I think has been unfair about the security stuff. Without naming names, I've heard that some of the other platforms have had more security breaches.
Sure.
And a lot of companies we're seeing are moving to using Microsoft Teams. Their virtual training because they've now gone remote anyway because of lockdown. They're having to use often Microsoft Teams just for general day-to-day communication. So it makes sense to just move their virtual remote training onto Microsoft Teams. So that's been, I've been learning loads about Microsoft Teams recently. So finding the right platform is the first step. The next thing, and anyone listening to this is going to say, well, you would say this, Catherine, because it's what your business does, but I hope you would agree, Max.
Yes.
We see that we had a client just today talk about a face-to-face training supplier that they've been using for years, who've got some really specific technical training that they delivered it virtually, and it just didn't work. And it wasn't because it wasn't possible, it's just they didn't know how to run training virtually. And they just face-to-face slides, talked through them, you know, asked lots of open questions to the group, like, does that make sense? Tumbleweed.
Yep.
And so it really is it's absolutely worth investing some time into giving your trainers the opportunity to learn how to deliver and design, if that's relevant, virtually and remotely.
Yeah.